for Denver.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Now this will make it into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here we go. Watch 30. Easy. 4-7's
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
3rd and 2.
Black 20. 47. 47, Mike. 47.
Now Roethlisberger finds his running back, James Conner. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
1st and 10.
And there's James Conner showing his versatility with a nice reception and first down pickup out of the backfield. 3 years into his pro career, though, he hasn't played a full season, so they want to see durability increase for him. But during his Pro Bowl year in 2018, that's when he showed everything. 55 catches that year, only 34 in 2019. They're hoping those numbers continue to climb for James Conner.
A run by Conner on first down, and a good one, as he'll get about 7 here.
The tackle.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
47, Mike. 47. I'm coming for you. Bang, Snicker. Now spin. 77.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Gain of 3.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's got this down to the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Devin Bush, the Steelers' leading tackler as a rookie last year, gets another there.
A gain of 2.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. The 40. The 20. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays, but you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Lock throwing on target to Fant. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Locked pass. Intercepted.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Check 40. Nicholas, 66. Check 24. Alert, alert.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it. Past the 20. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Eluding the pressure right. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, Connor going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going.
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Little flip of fortune. They had a chance to possibly pin him deep, but out of bounds, and now they'll start at the 40. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Block now to throw. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going. This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 19.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Block now on 1st down. Got a man. It's the rookie Jerry Jeudy. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Into the red zone, it's Locke. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
27-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man. He completes it to Jeudy. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
At the 10-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
On 1st down, it's Samuels. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick of the 2018 draft.
Bradley Chubb.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is...
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
3rd down.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Hamler now on the return. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
At their own 21-yard line.
Final play of the 1st half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this 2nd half as they trail, and we are back underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And returning it, here's Hamler. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Broncos 1st down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
6-yard pickup.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Denver.
Melvin Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
Ties the game at 14. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Connor on first down, working his way forward for about 4 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Roethlisberger. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
This time, Roethlisberger will throw. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 30-yard line. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now
the run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Back now in Pittsburgh. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That catch good for only a couple.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger completing it to the right side. Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
Trying to get the first with Samuels. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's 1st and goal. This is Samuels. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jalen Samuels, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line are in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And by rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. Block, and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll set up to throw from the gun. His throw incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it's going to be 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the...
And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down. Bud Dupree able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Bud Dupree with the big sack, and something really jumped up for him in 2019. 11.5 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, and boy, did he play well for Pittsburgh. That's what they look for in an outside linebacker. The former first-rounder gave it to him in 2019.
Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
The ball carrier.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Easy, easy.
And shedding through the tackle. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Now this time he'll look to throw. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. Throwing throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Lock. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the All-Pro safety, Mika Fitzpatrick. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown, Steelers.
Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Steelers 28, Broncos 14.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Locke to throw. He completes this to Sutton. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Denver.
Here we go. Let's go. 61.
Fakes the give to Gordon. Now here's Locke to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Touchdown.
Cortland Sutton. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21.
Steelers 28, Broncos 21.
So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Roethlisberger going to get this one to Connor. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Again, it's Connor. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On first down, it's Connor, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. On the run is Connor. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
It's now 3rd and 10.
Roethlisberger dropping to a knee, and that ought to do it. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 46. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times.